Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Toonkind D&D game. This one is called The Key to the End. Now, before I start this game, I'd like our players to introduce themselves and their characters from top to bottom, please.
Okay. Hello, my name is Dewpoint, and today I'll be playing Porridge, my little UPA red and blue striped toon, Porygon XP. They are high int, and they cannot see. Their perception is so bad.
God, me. Hi, I'm Hoosh, and I'll be playing Wilfred Longledges, the spider dad of too many children.
Hello, I'm Fluffycthulu, and I'm playing that mean machine from outer space, Truckula.
And now I would like to mention that I accidentally downloaded the wrong freaking character picture from Hoosh, so that's not going to appear in the video, but that's okay. We're rolling.
It's okay, they're in disguise.
Yeah. Anyway, let's ignore that. So recently, each of our players have received a piece of metal, and this metal. But since they received it, they've gotten this feeling that they need to go somewhere. Need to go to a certain place. They don't know why. But hey, may as well. Who knows? There might be something interesting there. What this place just happens to be an abandoned mine shaft deep in the forest.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh man, I'm probably gonna roll survival to see how well Porridge does.
Like getting to the
Sure,
mine shaft
survival.
or just seeing the mine shaft?
Just getting there.
Okay.
Just getting there.
Should probably
Is it
do that as well.
Is it exclamation R in the server? Or is it /R?
It's exclamation R, I think, for... Depends what bot is here. I forget.
Let me check the...
Oh my fucking god. Why?
Oh,
Porridge? Why did you get a nat 20 on survival? Why?
They're
You've got a
doing well
-1
this time.
modifier. Oh my god. I guess Porridge just knows.
Mm-hmm.
Porridge is drawn like a magnet towards this place. It's just like a oh, okay.
What? Another
Truckula
good?
makes his
Oh,
way well as well.
Should I do survival as well?
Sure.
I just did it for funsies. I thought Porridge would roll like shit and then they got a nat 20, so...
Truckula made it easy, but then again, his survival is a +7, so...
Oh,
Oh
damn.
my god. So
Zero.
so far the rolls have been doing quite well. So you guys don't have any trouble getting to this abandoned mine shaft. Sure, you had to go off path and through some branches and such, but you didn't end up falling into any traps or anything. Everything was hunky dory.
Alright.
So you arrive at this abandoned mine shaft. What do you do?
Truckula immediately starts sniffing around, seeing if he finds any interesting scents.
It smells of dust and rocks.
Smells of what and rocks?
Dust and rocks.
So nothing out of the usual.
Nope.
do I smell porridge?
I mean, probably. Would Porridge be hiding? I don't think they would at this point. No, I don't think they'd be hiding. They'd probably be too busy drifting into the clearing to hide. So yeah, you probably smell Porridge. You smell like paint and or like some kind of chemical, and a metal that you probably don't recognize.
Okay, I can imagine that moment. Like Truckula has his eyes closed, sniffing, sniff up, opens his eyes, Porridge right in front of his face.
Porridge just floating there, looking down, and you see their little eyes turn into the upwards arrows, and they would just say,
Hello there, new user.
Hi. You wouldn't happen to know why this thing I have is leading me here, right? Do ya?
Negative.
They shake their head,
Maybe take your name.
and they tilt their head to the side.
Name's Truckula.
Affirmative.
You hear a little ping, and a little message board pops up, like a white border with a holographic blue screen, and on it says, username entered, username Truckula. But Truckula is spelled Truckula.
It's with a U.
Sorry, what was that?
It's with a U.
Porridge nods and says,
Affirmative.
and then it says Truckluda.
Yeah, U instead of O, then, Chief.
Looks at it again, looks back and says,
Oh, affirmative.
and then it changes your name to Truckluda, 2 O's.
If you can I just spell it for you?
Affirmative.
And you see like a little pop-up box form in front of you, and it just says, enter your name here, and there's a blinking line.
Truckula takes up one of his huge claws and clumsily writes his name in the box.
Roll me a sleight of hand, if I may ask you to do so, because I want to see how well you can type, because it is a small keyboard.
Yeah, and he's got massive claws.
Exactly.
Okay. Did I get it wrong? Did I type it wrong?
Oh, you have to put a space between the 1 and the R.
Okay.
And you don't have to put the 1 in, you can just do D20.
It does have a +1 to it, though.
Oh yeah, you can keep the +1, it's just the 1 in front of the D. But you don't need to add that if you were rolling more than 1 D20. Oh, Truckula. Oh, Truckula, your big...
Oh,
Your big claws, Truckula, are very good for crushing and grabbing heavy things. They were not made for typing. As you try to type your name, you get a lot of key smashes entered in. And let me just type this in. Where can I put this? Here. Your name looks something like this. Give me a hot minute. There you go. That's your name now.
I don't think I did that right. I just write it on the ground. I'm better at doing that.
Porridge tilts their head to the side, and a little question mark appears in their eye, and they say,
We apologize, new user. You may only change your name 3 times a day.
Let me just write it on the ground. I can have more space there. And he writes his name in big letters.
good job. You have now added your name to the scenery.
Yeah, he's just in the dirt.
Not have it with your local Siri. So, thank you for waiting for us while we do this little aside play, Hoosh. Whilst these two are off writing and doing stuff in the dirt, point Hoosh, what's going on with Wilfred?
Wilfred is I would like to think he's staring at the opening of this mine and just ugh, well, this is a giant hole that I'm going to have to dig myself. I suppose. And he's just leaning on his battle XP, probably store-bought. Haven't gotten to confirm it yet. As he just stares down the mine and he's just like, I normally am not one for caves or such. I much prefer my house.
Porridge kind of perks up a little. Their antenna twitches a couple times, and their head swivels around. They don't have a neck, so there's no twisting. It's just a swivel on their little porty bit. And they see Wilfred, and a couple exclamation marks go in each eye, and they're like,
Oh, hello.
and they wave a nubbin and float over, and they hold out a nubbin to shake.
Hello.
I need to make a history check to see if Wilfred remembers. If that is okay.
Meanwhile, Truck sort of follows, kind of dubious of what's going on.
I mean, I guess you can. It would be up to Pengu, I think. Pengu? You're not Pengu, you're Plague.
Yeah.
It'd be up to Plague.
Go ahead and make a history check for her.
Okay. I have to label every single one of them because he has literally so many plus zeros.
That's you.
Alright.
17 I think that would classify as a remembering.
Yeah.
Oh, Porridge, it's been quite a while, little friend. And he takes the nubbin with his long fingers and delicately shakes it as if he is afraid to damage the funky little friend. It's like, how have you been? It's been a while since that debacle.
Very good.
And they bob their head up and down.
The Porridge unit has been at.
And they tilt their head to the side, and you see a blue ring appears in each of their eye, and it circles around, and then, boop, a couple of numbers appear in their eye.
We have been at 76% operational capacity.
Wilfred does not understand us, so he's just like, right, that's nice.
Very good.
I'm guessing y'all know each other.
Oh yes, and
As like Truckula's big old horse head comes like towards you a bit too close.
Wilfred just puts out his fingers against Truckula's. Do they have a nose?
Yes.
Where their nose could be?
Yes, Truckula definitely has a snoot. I'll get your picture of him.
Okay. Wilfred takes his fingers up to the snoot and just slowly pushes Truckula back. And just says, that was a bit too close, and who are you?
Sorry, he like reverses a little bit. Name's Truckula.
Truckula. That's a nice name, if a bit on the nose.
If it's what I'm called.
No, what's the plan here? I assume you all have received a similar bit as I have, as he just sort of plays with the fumble of metal that he has received in his mailbox inexplicably one day.
Yeah, that was a thing. And Truckula sort of reaches back. You hear like an opening of a car trunk, and he like rummages and tries to pull it out. I guess I should roll a hammer space.
You can, or you
Also roll
don't
hammer
have
space.
to, but you can.
I'm gonna do it because it's funny.
I shall also roll because it's funny.
It's a D20, right?
Yeah.
10.
Oh, it is?
10.
D10 for a hammer space. If you get a 1, you roll D20 for your hammer, your fumble job.
Right. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're both
It
good.
pulls it out. He sort of looks a bit embarrassed when he pulls out his. Is like, I will admit, I have been chewing on this.
Oh, don't worry, my daughter has been chewing on my fumble of metal as well, and he sort of wipes off the bit on his very pompous ascot tie.
Porridge looks at these two bitten bits of metal and then looks down at their metal, which is practically unbitten, and they kind of look between Truckula and Wilfred, and they just slowly dunk it against their snoot.
The Porridge unit has no mouth with which to nibble.
And that's what
you
we
can't-
love about you.
You can't blame yourself for that.
Wilfred, at your words, their antenna pops into the air, and all 3 of their little nubby limbs just start to whirl around. They look very happy.
Truckula sort of side eyes. Wilfred is like, does he do that often?
Oh, I think so. I didn't get to properly get to know them well during that whole debacle. You don't want to get into it. It's a dramatic tale.
I'll take your word for it.
There was an attempted murder.
Oh, not the worst thing I've been involved in.
And murder is something that I refuse to be involved with, thank you very much. Ignoring the fact that he has, in fact, beheaded somebody.
So those little metal pieces you guys have, they start to shake, and then all of a sudden, they all shoot towards each other into the middle, and with a loud clank, they all turn into this one key.
Oh, great, a key.
This key is floating there for a second, only to then whoosh into the mine shaft.
Oh, Porridge's eyes are immediately gonna go from 4 arrows pointing to a pupil. The arrows are gonna flip, so now they're more like a square with the 4 corners, and they're gonna lock onto that key, and they're gonna give chase immediately.
So Porridge has entered the mine shaft. What about the rest of you?
Ah, jeez, we better go after him. Come on, fancy pants. And Truckula goes towards mine, but first he blinks and his headlights turn on.
I love that.
I love that.
Wilfred follows after Truckula, brushing off his arms. I'm like, well, you don't have to be so rude. That's my job.
There's just a picture with his headlights on and shading, so.
Well, each of you have entered the mine shaft now, and currently you are going down a hallway of sorts. But soon you enter a room. This room, on the left and right wall, are free chests. So free chests on the right, free on the left. And then there's a sign. The sign says, one of these... Okay. No, it does not say free Shibaka.
Sorry, continue.
It's okay. The sign says, one of these holds the key, but the others hold secrets. Which will you go for?
Ooh. Ooh, I gotta roll whiz save.
Truckula will sniff for the key. I guess that's a perception on scent, and I think Truckula has advantage on that because of how he is.
I think Wilfred's going to stare at the sign for like a few moments before shrugging and starting to stare at all the other chests, unsure which one to grab.
Yeah, Truckula is gonna sniff.
Sniffy sniff.
Advantage, so I will roll twice because he does have advantage when searching for stuff when sniffing. So, where the heck is the perception thing? Oh, there it is.
Right, sorry, just to clarify, we're in a room and there's 2 chests.
There's 6 in total.
God
3 on
damn it.
one side and 3 on another.
Okay. One holds the key and the others hold secrets.
Yep.
God
Can I
damn
roll an
it.
investigation on these chests and see if I can find any indicators
Sure.
as to which one's the right one?
Oh,
That's the
Truck.
first roll.
To
No,
be fair,
he
you have
has.
advantage.
Remember, he has advantage on this because of how he is. So he can roll again. Roll again.
I'll let Truckula keep going.
Oh no.
Gosh dang it! If this happens one more time, I'm blowing out the physical dice. I swear, these freaking bully me.
For people listening, Truckula rolled 2 nat 1s in a row
In a row. Oh my
with
God.
advantage.
But Truckula.
So yeah, instead of like getting anything, he just gets a snout full of dust and starts like
Yeah.
sneezing.
Oh my god!
Holy.
Oh my God.
I'd
We
just
love
like to say,
Okay.
Porridge has never rolled this high in their life.
It's all because Truckula's here.
Investigation.
Porridge, you have discovered the ability to detect metal. You could tell that all chests on the left side of the room each have some sort of metal object in them. And then the chests on the right side don't.
Cool. Okay. Porridge's eyes. As they're doing their investigation, they kind of like open their eyes, and it's almost like a scanner comes out from their eyes as they rotate their head around the room. It's like as they do this. And once the scanners are gone, Porridge blinks and is like,
The treasure chests on the left are most likely to hold what we desire. The right ones do not.
Well, that's great. And you just see like smoke come out of his head exhausts. But are we allowed only one or one each?
We'd have to assume that since there's 3 of us, we'd each have to open one.
Affirmative.
Right.
Porridge is going to float over to one of the chests, and they're going to put one of their nubbins on it, but they're going to look at the other 2, and then look at the other 2 chests, and then look at them and say,
All together.
Hold together.
Truckula rumbles over and places his huge mitt on the middle one.
I don't trust like that, Plague.
It's mostly to decide which chest each of you open. Don't worry.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
I just know Truckula puts his huge mitt on the middle one.
Okay.
I'm not picky about which one.
Alright, then I'm gonna
Sorry.
assign Wilfred gets chest number 1, Truckula gets chest number 2, and Porridge gets chest number 3. So.
Alright.
3, like the number of nubbins I have.
So, Porridge, you open the chest, and you find a dead explosive.
Oh.
It expired. It doesn't work anymore. It was
Oh, they're taking it.
well, it's like connected to the chest and whatnot, but it's just it didn't actually go off because it's dead.
Can I take out Tinker's tools and try and take it off the chest?
Sure.
Pocket it?
Truckula shares a look with the Spider-Man, sort of leans back as he like tentatively opens his.
Truckula, you find another dead explosive.
Well, you're up, Spider-Man.
Wilfred, you open the chest and you find the key. It's a very average looking key. It doesn't look like the key that is currently floating in said room with you. But you can assume that this key opens the door that might lead to the next room.
Oh, I've got it, and he picks up the key as if it is covered with everything gross in the world, and he just like recoils at it, just like, ugh.
Truckula, seeing his discomfort, decides to help and takes the key into his mouth.
Thank you.
Can I do that roll to remove the explosives?
Yes.
Do you want me to roll for each one, or just a general roll to see how well I get both of these out? Because Porridge is taking both of them.
Let's do just in general, because you guys
Just a
also have to
general
figure out if you want to open up the other chest or not.
Well, you said there's nothing metal in there, and
Doesn't mean
I
there
rolled a
isn't
wit save
anything in there.
earlier, which came up as a 15, and Porridge looks at the other chests, but then shakes their head and looks at the other two and says,
We should continue.
Well,
also while you hear like noises coming from their nubbins as they just disassemble whatever rigging there is from this old explosives, and pocketing them.
does Truckula or Wilfred want to open the other 3 chests on the right side of the room?
Nope.
That's quick. Well then, do you guys go to the next room?
Yeah, Truckula goes over the door, sort of like finagles the key in his mouth into the lock, lets go of his mouth, and sort of like turns it with his weird knuckles.
Yeah, no, Porridge is gonna follow shortly after. But they are gonna stop and make sure that Wilfred goes through first.
Okay. Well, Wilfred, seeing this, it is like, ugh, and moves forward ahead of the group.
Okay, you're gonna squish past Truckula, okay.
Climbs over Truckula.
You know, you could have just asked if you wanted a ride.
I didn't. Hold on. I thought you said somebody was having him go through first.
Oh no, Truckula went through first, and then Porridge was gonna go through, and then they stopped, and then turned around and just kind of waited for Wilfred to go through.
I'm sorry.
You're okay, bud.
He's still gonna do it anyway. He's not even going to take up the offer on the ride. He's just like, no need. I can walk. I have legs. They work just fine.
Alright, just saying, Grumpy Guts.
Each of you have entered the next hallway.
If you're looking at Truckula, you can see a smirk on his teeth.
Anyway,
Porridge, completely oblivious, just happy to be here.
like a puppy
Just a little guy.
Porridge.
Anywho, you guys have entered the next hallway, and even though you guys have to take your time to walk, the floating key, just shoots right forward to the next room. Once you enter this next room, you are met with another sign, and behind this sign, a floor in the style of a grid pattern. The sign says, "Watch your step, only one at a time."
And I was never good at chess or even checkers.
Porridge looks down, looks at these two, and they're gonna roll a hammer space again. Oh, sorry, it's a D10 I need to roll. Give me a sec. Oh, they reach into the hammer space, and you're gonna see them pull out what looks to be a little butterfly brooch. And they're gonna look at you two, and then stick the brooch on themselves, and out from their back are gonna sprout two wings. In pretty like monarch butterfly colours. I might be able to get the image out actually. Sorry, could you describe to me the room again, please, Plague?
It has a grid pattern like floor on it. So
Okay. So you can tell me no if this isn't. I'm not allowed to do this. But Porridge is just gonna fly over these wings.
Porridge, sad to say, but one tile of the floor springs up and basically hits you right in the face and shoots you back to the beginning.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Truckula looks at like Porridge is like, "Don't you already float? Not really necessary."
Sometimes we would like to have pretty wings when we float.
And they take off the brooch sadly and put it back in the hammer space.
Oh no. Poor Porridge.
I guess I can't argue when people want a new paint job. Like squints at the sign is like, what do you mean by like one space at a time? Do we just do 1, 2, 3, or go turns going one? What the heck?
Ooh. What shape is the grid in? Like how many things are on the grid? How many squares?
I'm gonna say 12 by 12.
12 by 12. Okay, cool. Porridge is gonna go back into the hammer space. Just doing all these hammer space rolls today. Oh, that was close. Porridge reaches into the hammer space, pulls out the 2 dud explosives, and then looks at the tiles, and they're just gonna place 2 down. Or 1 in each tile, just to see what happens.
Do they do it at the same time? Like, place both down at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, nothing happens.
Okay. Porridge floats over to another tile and moves on to that.
You get shot back, and so do the bombs.
Okay. Porridge shakes their head, picks the bombs back up and puts them in the hammer space. And rubs the side of their head, looks to you two.
Perhaps. The items do not seem to be affected by the tiles.
Alrighty then. So I'll try something. And just like he goes over and just puts one of his big paws on one of the tiles.
Nothing happens.
he puts another paw on a different tile.
You get shot back.
Ow.
Porridge drifts up to you and says,
Oh, it's username. Okay.
You know, you didn't have to use the one I typed, you know. I did do it in the dirt. Don't you have a screenshot of that? Something?
Negative.
Right, I'll be fine. I don't think I got dented.
I think Wilfred is going to just when they're back at the beginning, Wilfred is just going to take a simple step onto a single square and just stand there.
Nothing happens.
Porridge is
Truckula goes over and puts a paw on one of the tiles.
You get shot back. Both of you.
It said one at a time.
Porridge looks
Just
between.
sorry, just wanted to test the theory. And he has got he definitely has a smug grin.
You have an attitude, young man.
Duh. A monster truck.
Porridge is gonna float again towards one of the tiles. Squint at it, look back at the other two, squint at it, and then they're gonna they're gonna shoot a nubbin back and then wave it between the two of them, and then boom boom point towards where they're inspecting the tiles.
Perhaps we should all go together. All at one time.
Worth a try. I mean, I could carry y'all if you want. Make it easier.
Porridge's antenna twitches.
And as to demonstrate a point, you hear click, and his his back sort of opens up like a convertible, and you see two seats.
Oh, I gotta roll a whiz save. Give me a second. Because Porridge is gonna fly in, and take a seat. I'm just gonna check to make sure, see what they do. What's your whiz? Oh, buddy, that's your whiz. Oh, no, that's your whiz. Okay.
I like to imagine this is like the case where a kid had like a little Pokemon figurine and is putting it in their Hot Wheels cars to drive around.
Good.
I do that.
It's a great image. Is there a steering wheel in here? Fluffy?
There's no Truckula ain't got no steering wheel.
Damn it. I was gonna say
There is
there's
a glove. There is a glove compartment though.
Never mind. I was gonna say if there was a steering wheel, Porridge was gonna on it.
Wilfred,
Because that's how
just to make
Truckula yells.
Wilfred just make sure that this is okay. Just like, are you sure you want me in there?
Hey, it's got seatbelts.
Oh, seatbelts, that's better than nothing. And he immediately just starts climbing up.
Truckula bends down, so he has an easier time to clamber in.
Thank you. And he buckles himself in. Porridge, get yourself buckled in. Safety first.
Porridge.
I could be a bit of a rough driver.
Porridge looks down at themselves, which are mostly floating nubbins, and looks at the seatbelt, and then slowly reaches out with one of the nubbins and pulls the seatbelt across, and just looks over at Wilfred and tilts their head.
The Porridge unit does not require seatbelt. The Porridge unit knows what test dummies are like.
Hey,
just
strap your main body and you should be fine.
Okay.
And they click in, and then they just kind of hover there, and then look around.
Are we now ride or die?
Precious.
Truckula gives barks a laugh and just ha! And then he just goes forward onto the first tile.
Alright, so go forward onto the tile, and nothing happens.
Mhm.
You go forward again,
Then he goes forward once more, yes.
nothing happens.
Forward a third time.
Nothing happens.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, he's gonna.
You had a good idea, Truckula. I will give you a gold star sticker at the end of this.
You reach the end, and you hear a click as the door in front at the end opens up. Good job, you have completed the second room. Onto the third.
You hear the metallic clack, 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 clack of two nubbins clacking together.
Wilfred reaches into his hammer space after he is outside of Truckula, and he places a golden star sticker right on one of the fenders.
Oh, Porridge seeing this is like,
Oh, sticker time.
and they're gonna reach into their hammer space.
It doesn't
One
even.
thing they have
Uh,
is a roll of stickers. And it's like those 3D stickers, like those bump ones, where it's like the bumpy rainbows and unicorns and animal ones, and they've got like a long roll. And they look at Truckula and say,
What kind of sticker would you like?
he like squints at the stickers and like points at one that looks like a dog paw.
like a what?
Like a. Do you have one that looks like a paw print? Yeah.
Oh, a paw print. Yes. Porridge's eyes go into the upward arrow. They take off the paw print and they pump it onto the bonnet.
Hey, not on the bonnet.
Sorry.
And they just peel it off the bonnet and then
Oh,
stick it on the vendor.
sorry, bonnet gets hella itchy if anything's on it.
Porridge nods.
So he's now got the stickers above his shoulders. So yeah, he's now got two stickers, either like a sticker on each side above his shoulder wheel, or two on his shoulder wheel. Above his shoulder wheel.
Porridge, for the sake of symmetry, will do one each. Yeah.
So he now has 3 stickers on him. Nice.
Excellent. Well done, crew. Doing
Wilfred
so
puts away his little sticker sheet because that's for rewards and for good ideas.
Porridge.
Well, can't say I've ever had a decal like this. I ain't complaining. Onward. And goes through the door.
Wilfred just tumbles along. Nodding. He's just like he's got a brain. He has no brain. No brain cells. He's just moving.
Nothing going on upstairs.
You guys have entered the third room. And this one. All of these rooms so far have been made of, like, different stone. You know? Like, you wouldn't expect this to be in a mineshaft. You expect it to be, like, cave walls, but it has been so far very chiseled stone. And this room is no different. Except the floor. You can clearly see the tiles of the floor kind of jut out instead of lay flat like the other rooms. Not even the grid room's floor had its tiles jut out like this. You see a sign, and the sign says 1, 2, 3, 4, side to side. 5, 6, 7, 8.
More.
Down we look. At the end of this
Did you-
room, you see the door, as well as a skeleton dressed in a red and purple robe.
I've never been good at dance moves.
Oh, at least I know how to dance. And he just looks at the skeleton and he doesn't know if they're an animated skeleton or not. So he's just immediately thinking, are you one of my son's friends, Valdi? He's a good young man. You'd love him.
The skeleton doesn't respond. That is just a dead man's skeleton. It's not alive anymore.
Alright, should I roll a performance?
Sure.
That's in-game stuff.
Plague, I'm really sorry. Could you describe what the room looks like again?
The main importance is the floor, which have like the little tiles, and
Oh.
they're all kind of like jutting out.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Keep cutting out. I heard little tiles.
There are little tiles on the floor, and they're all kind of like jutting out, you know? Like they haven't been like placed in the floor and like sanded down or anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. And let's see what he gets for his stats number. That's a 17.
Alright, you want to describe what kind of dance moves he does?
He is a classical man. He is a composer. Not used for some big movie scores, but for mild plays. Sometimes even for ballrooms and waltzes. So his instinct is to immediately go for a waltz.
Okay.
And he's not sure how to do a waltz by himself. So he's just swaying, tapping his feet, doing that little hum bum 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 with his little voice. As he just gets into the rhythm of a classic ballroom waltz.
So you dance, and literally nothing happens. No clicking, no nothing. Just nothing.
There was a shot, and at least you got to see how good I am at waltzing.
Truckula's gonna go over to some of the small tiles and like squint down at them, see if they have any like numbers or anything.
They don't have numbers, but could you roll an investigation, please?
Alright.
Oh god, please don't let it be Dance Dance Revolution.
I like how you guys heard the riddle. You're like, oh, dancing, go. Ooh, 19. Okay. So, Truckula, you notice that some of these tiles aren't at the same elevated height as the other ones. Like there are 4 to the side, like from like from the sign, 4 onto the. Great. I wrote myself to tell directions, but I can't even do that. Great. Okay. Okay. From the side to the left the 4 tiles on to the side, yeah, are all kind of, they're a bit lower than the other tiles. And then the 4 in front of the last tile, like straight forward, are also down like that. I might have to draw this out just so it makes more sense.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on.
You guys do some shenanigans while I draw this out.
I will admit my brain is very empty at the minute. It's suddenly
Brain
just
is very
vacated. I have
empty
no
and
idea.
stomach is very empty. I am so hungry.
I'm just glad the dice rolling program isn't bullying me.
Yeah.
It sometimes does that.
Look, I'm worried.
Other
that
than the
dice
2
are being
natural
so
ones
light
from
to
earlier.
Porridge. The point of Porridge's rolls, I don't trust like that. Something's gonna go wrong somewhere.
Trust me, I believe it.
I'm just sitting here, man.
Okay.
I think Porridge is just gonna sit down and tinker with the deactivated bombs.
Are you gonna sit down on the floor or in Truckula? Because his hatch is still open.
Oh no, they've gotten out of Truckula now. They floated down. They're just gonna.
I'm just asking if they go back in him, because he hasn't closed up his top yet.
Oh no, Porridge is just floating on the floor with the bombs, and if anyone is looking at them, you're going to see that their nubbins have gone from being like nice rounded ends. They've kind of segmented apart, and now there's like multi-tool little bits and bobs coming out the end. Like little lasers and like microscopic little spanners and snippers and all sorts of tiny little bits. On these bombs, very hyper-focusing.
Okay. It does kind of help.
Okay.
Okay.
I
I think
gonna
Wilfred
sort
has
of look.
gotten himself distracted by pulling out his wallet and looking at the pictures of his 5 kids.
Well, I'm gonna look where the little tiles point. I'm gonna like take a claw and like either first press it, and if pressing it doesn't do anything, try and pry it up.
Yay! Someone has a brain cell. I think Porridge has used all theirs.
I'm honestly surprised it's Truckula, because normally he doesn't.
I think
But I
Porridge
guess-
is just hyper-focused
Like-
on their bombs at the minute.
But I guess he kind of is in his element at the moment, you know, in caves and stuff, given he's a giant space werebat. Hey guys, got the key!
Oh, thank you. And he just takes one little last look at the pictures before shoving it in his breastcoat pocket.
Yeah, Truckula just like picks out the key between 2 claws. It just holds it up, just like, yeah, before going over the door.
You open the door and you're met with a very, very, very long hallway. So long that you can't see the end with the end on either side.
Even with my headlights, gosh.
Yeah. So do you go left or right?
Oh, we have a choice.
Alright, guys, big ominous hallway with
2 ways to go.
Anyway,
I think we all should
should we-
stick together as a group, as for safety in numbers, and I do not want to split us apart.
sure. But just wondering which one do we want to go?
I think we should go left.
Alright, Porridge Bot 9000, where do you want to go?
Porridge is kind of looking from left to right, from left to right, from left to right. And they look back at you two, and then look at a wall. And then they kind of do a little whirl with their nubbins and say,
The Porridge unit has no opinion. However, if we do choose to go a particular direction, it may be prudent to leave a marker.
Alright, I gotcha.
And he takes his claws and just gouges 3 long lines into the left wall.
Porridge nods and then sticks their nubbin against these lines, and they're going to cast Prestidigitation. And you can make a colour, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or a surface for an hour. So they're just going to fill in your lines with the same colour blue as your chassis.
Nice.
Alright, to the left we go. Come on, friends and parents.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go. And he's not sure why he is affirming this. He'll just go.
It's just
Affirming Truckula calling him fancy pants.
He'll get used to it.
Well,
Also, is Truckula wrong?
No.
Okay. As you guys start walking down the hallway to the left, all of a sudden you hear what sounds like rocks falling behind you. Do you look behind as more and more rocks are starting to fall? It sounds like.
Okay, give me a hot minute. What can you do, buddy? What can you do? I'm trying to find where to go. What to do? Okay, not a whole bunch that I thought you could do.
If we can find an exit the other way.
As you say that, you hear the rocks fall upward? No, wait. They sound like they're starting to float and clink against each other? What? And as you look behind you, you see that the rocks are forming a stone golem. So in the direction that you're heading, you also now see a door. Do you stay and try to fight this very angry looking golem that has now just let out a giant roar and is starting to run towards you? Or,
Oh, good.
Or do you run for the door?
I know what Porridge is gonna do on instinct. Okay. Could you make a con save, bud?
By the way, I should mention that the key that was floating before has floated towards the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Porridge is gonna kind of usher the other two down the corridor and say,
Go ahead. We will hold them. like, very quickly.
And they're gonna turn around.
Get that! And Truckula grabs him in his mouth and sort of like, then like sort of headbutt scoops Spider-Man into his seat and starts running.
Before you get super far away, Porridge is gonna look back at this creature and they're gonna wave one of their nubbins and the eyes are gonna go sort of greeny yellow. And can the golem make a constitution save, please?
Yeah. Hold on just a second. I gotta pull up the golem's con.
Go ahead.
There it is. Okay. RD20.
Oh, damn it, it doesn't work. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Porridge's eyes kind of spark, and then some of the gaps between where their body, where their nubbins kind of hover around their body, they spark as well, and the point where their neck should be sparks, and they just kind of shudder and sigh and shake their head.
Attack ineffective.
So
Yeah,
you,
Truckula busts through the door
yeah.
and like quickly like swerves around and uses his arm to like slam the door behind them.
You have entered a room. It appears like a circle hallway. And in the middle of this circle appears to be another room, but more looking like a prison, because it's just a bunch of bars in that follow the inner of the circle.
Truckula sort of lets go of Porridge gently to let him like hover again. He's like,
Sorry about that. I don't think we're quite equipped to handle someone like that.
Porridge just slowly nods. I don't say anything.
Well,
"You're right there. You're right back there." So I look back at the guy who's probably sprawled in one of my seats.
Like, I don't want to go back to prison.
you guys hear a voice.
I'll just ignore what you just said there, but you're right. And he sort of like jostles himself to like sort of shake. Sorry, I keep forgetting your character's name.
His name is Wilfred.
To like sort of jostle Wilfred.
What do you want? Where are we?
Well, we're at the other side of the door.
Oh, yes.
You hear a voice. My, what interesting people we got here. I've never seen you guys before. And through the bars, you see two little glowing dots. Two yellow glowing dots, to be specific. And two little clawed hands come out from the darkness to grab onto the bars. How did you manage to get here? They don't usually let people back this far. Most of them have gotten killed by the golem.
Porridge, hearing the voice, tilts their head from the ground. Their antenna raises in the air, the nubbins spin around, their eyes turn into little upwards arrows, and they float right up to the bars, and hold out a nubbin and says,
Hello, new user. What is your name?
My name.
Hold up there, Porridge. Be careful. He just takes his giant mitt and sort of pulls you back.
Do you know?
Oh, yes, now we don't know what they're in for.
you pull back all of Porridge, except the nubbin is still floating. So all the porridge is back except for the nubbin. The nubbin is still floating next to the creature's hand.
Of course it is.
Do you guys not trust me? Well, I guess that makes sense. I am a guy behind the bars, and you can't see me, can you? Because of all these shadows. I have to say, being in the dark is not the greatest. Not for how many years I've been in here. Which, I don't know if it's actually been years, but it certainly has felt like decades.
Does my lights not penetrate the darkness?
For dramatic effect, no.
Okay. I thought as much.
How did you guys get here anyways?
I don't know.
Stumbled in and forgot the way out.
Oh yeah, that, and so we got like bits of key that led us here, and of course, Mr. Curiosity McGee here, and he sort of like shakes Porridge, decided to follow the key when it came back together and led us in here.
The key? Is that the key that could free me?
Don't do
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. For all I know, it's been playing games with us so far, so I don't know.
Liz, I don't know. Okay, Liz, I don't know why I am in here exactly. That's all I can remember is being stuck in here. So
You got a name?
my name is Rex Diablos.
Can Porridge roll an insight?
Yeah.
I was going to ask the same thing.
Yeah, you guys can roll an insight.
Yeah, definitely we're gonna roll that insight. Scroll up where.
Oh yes, I forgot that insight, that everything but the charisma-based ones are 0. We're good.
Oh
my god.
Pretty good rolls here. Pretty good rolls. So question: what exactly are you guys rolling insight for?
I'm trying to see if I can trust them.
Yeah, I'm like seeing if he's like lying about anything, either like his name or the fact he truly doesn't know why he's here.
Porridge is specifically seeing if they're lying about their memory.
From what you can tell from your insight rolls, he is not lying. And what more you can tell from the insight is that once you mentioned the key, you can tell that he got, like, panically excited over the key. Like, he truly has been here for so long that just the thought of being freed has already made him, like, overwhelmed with emotions.
Do you have a place to stay if we let you out?
No?
You're staying at my house.
What?
Get adopted, I guess.
Well, I have a big house. I have 5 bedrooms. Not just 5 bedrooms. I have more than 5. And forget how many I have. I have so many. A piano for each room. You can delight yourself with music whenever you want.
You can see.
Got a garage?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because I might hit you up one of these days.
You can see Rex's, from what you can see of his eyes, you can see them they're like sparkling with excitement over the thought of being freed and having somewhere to stay.
So, you really don't remember how the heck you got in here?
No, I don't. I woke up and here I am. I don't remember anything from before I was here, and all I can remember is my name, and as well as my powers, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
Your powers? Did you get them in some way that you... Did you... I don't know. Did you do anything you think you might have accidentally angered someone for you to be in this situation?
There were those guys in the purple and red robes, but they didn't seem angry at me. They seemed like they looked at me with excitement.
Cabbage.
Why is the cabbage there? Cabbage, get out. So, to people that don't know, in the farm server, there's a Pokemon bot, and for some, if you, depending on how much you message the server, it will like level up your Pokemon. And Dew's Chikorita is now level 9. It can now learn Poison Powder.
Poison power.
Please remember that this little guy was also in the last game Porridge was in. They were like a little helpful bartender at one of the taverns, and I'm just like, is this cabbage just down here? Are they here?
No, you got a message from the cabbage like, hey, are you gonna come back to the bar or not?
Your fucking tab.
Hey, back to the game. Ignoring the cabbage for now.
Yes.
Do it if you want. You can roll insight to tell if Rex is hungry.
Meanwhile, Truckula's like, we did see someone wearing those clothes, but they were a skeleton.
That must have
I
been.
don't know if they were like that before.
That must have been
I thought they were quite nice.
Are they alive?
Were they a skeleton?
They was a
No.
skeleton.
I'm guessing they died over the time that has been here. So
Wait, they were always a skeleton?
no, they were like a human before.
Well, they're definitely dead now.
If you miss them that badly, I could probably ask my son Veldemir to reanimate them for you.
I don't miss them.
All right.
Are you guys gonna let me out now?
He starts working around. It's like, depends. Where the heck did the key go?
The key is on the ground behind you guys.
Oh, there it is. It's like, okay, is there a lock on this cage or something?
Yes, just
So,
follow
like,
me.
starts
And
driving around the cage.
yeah, and you can see it looks kind of like Rex is floating through the cage, kind of like the circular motion. And he leads you to a little lock.
Truckula looks a bit like, it's okay, but if you try and harm us, you're gonna be in trouble, alright?
Rex is like jumping in place. He's very excited.
Truckula like inserts the key into the lock, locks, opens the door, and sort of backs up a bit, hesitant.
You feel,
Or
you see
key in the
just a
lock. I
blur.
want to say that Porridge has cast mage armor.
Well, you see a
Just in case.
blur go past you so fast that it doesn't matter, and the blur goes straight through the door that leads to Golem, and you hear the sound of rocks falling to the ground.
Oh no!
Truckula's gonna sort of like peek through the door, see what the heck's happening.
Are you alright in there, son? As he peeks through the doorway.
You
Oh
peek,
yeah, went in, son.
you peek through the doorway, and you see this little creature right here.
Oh,
He's
it's a
standing
little
on top of the
guy.
remains of what the stone golem was, and he's holding a little key in his hands.
Oh, your little jester thing.
Thanks for taking care of that, I guess.
I have built up so much energy over the years that I had to, and that golem was being a pain before, so Anyway, I have the key now. We can get out of here, that doorway down there. And he points down down the hallway to the right.
Come here, young man.
Why?
If we're going to leave together, we must stick together. No running ahead. No falling behind.
Truckula just looking at freaking. I forget his name again, and just like with a bit of a WTF expression.
Wilfred just sees this strange little creature and is like, "Oh, yep, that's a child. That's my child now."
His picture child.
Porridge.
Right, I guess we better get out of here.
Just Truckula like cautiously goes towards the jester.
Porridge is gonna unroll the roll of stickers they are still holding, and they're gonna hold it out to the jester, and they're gonna say,
Hello, new user. New user Rex. Would you like a sticker?
What are those?
Fun.
and Porridge is just gonna roll them out, and it's gonna be a very long roll, and it kind of scrolls in on itself, and it's just gonna be like a little scroll through of like there's animals, and then there's cars, and then there's buildings, there's some that are glittery, there's some that are shiny. There's all sorts of
Truckula sort of like taps sort of above his wheel on his fender and is like,
They're like little like decorations you can put on things. I got a couple from these two.
Okay, then. And Rex reaches behind his back and pulls out what appears to be a little staff, only to it to unfurl and turn into a full-on scythe. I'll put it on here. And points to the scythe's handle.
Porridge goes,
Ooh, okay.
and they hover next to to Rex, and they just hold out the little rolled up sticker sheet they have, and look at Rex.
Which one would you like?
Rex takes a little star sticker and puts it on the staff of his scythe.
Yeah. That star sticker can be any color you want. It can be 3D, or it can be like sparkly, however you like. They have a sticker now.
Yippee! Well, do you guys head towards the door at the end of the hallway?
Yes, but I am going to keep Rex very close.
yeah, Truckula keeps an eye on Rex as well.
I'm gonna roll hammer space again. Porridge has so many things.
Well, Rex is
they
going to be
want to
going and will be like walking in front of you guys. So,
Porridge is going to be floating above Rex's head, and everyone's going to hear a pop, and then Rex, there's going to be something jingling in front of your face, like rustling.
oh,
It looks like a paper bag, like a brown paper bag.
what's this? What's this? And like
It's
Rex
a
like takes it.
gift. It's full of gifts and presents.
Porridge's eyes just have like little upwards arrows.
Open it. It's got nice things.
While Rex is hopping along to the end of the hallway, he does open it.
I actually have this in my hammer space. This is a Animus themed gift bag, actually. I'm just gonna post in game stuff what is in it. So you open the bag, and Rex, inside is what looks to be a small Animus cheese wheel. Various little crafty bits, like some Animus and winter themed stickers and paper snowflakes, and you have what looks to be a candle in the shape of a goat.
Rex looks at all of it, like, wow, I don't know most of what this stuff is. But I like this, and pulls out the little goat candle. I really like this
It
one.
is. It's very pretty. You can keep it.
You just see a very happy grin from the a little happy goofy grin.
All Porridge's nubbins are spinning. They are rotating in the air.
You've reached the end of the hallway. Rex uses the key to open up the door, and you're led outside.
Yeah.
You're in an open field, and you've just come out of what appears to be like a little fairy mound, essentially with a door on it.
Okay, were we just tricked by the Fae?
It's nighttime currently, and since it's in a field and there's no clouds in the sky, the stars are sparkling. And you can see that Rex is looking up towards them, filled with wonder and whatnot.
Or another. And Truckula turns his headlights off. And he sort of like rubs at his eyes like, "Argh. Always gonna bet it's you when I do that too long."
You're gonna get a gentle pat on the side from Porridge.
Wilfred is going to give Truckula another gold star sticker.
Cool. You presents his other shoulder that doesn't have a star sticker on it, but does have a pole one because
There we go, so it's nice and symmetrical.
There you go. And he places it on.
Did we just cut out?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
still here.
Okay, good. Because it just like all went silent all of a sudden. You're like, uh-oh.
I think we just had a content moment.
Well, and Wilfred raises his hands. Well, we're going to go home. If that's possible, where are we?
Hold on, let me have a sniff. Maybe I can locate where we are.
And he just goes around, has a sort of sniff around the location, sniff in the air. Shall I roll survival to check where he figures out where we are?
If you want to, it is like near the end, like the end of the game, basically. This is like almost roll credits time, so you could do. Whatever.
Yeah, but you can. Truckula still know where he is.
Yeah.
Porridge is doing nothing. They are sitting with Rex quietly and looking up at the sky.
Oh, Rex isn't sitting. Rex is like spinning in place, looking at the stars.
Oh, Porridge is gonna look at them, then look up, and then they're gonna float over and tap them on the shoulder.
Yeah, you will. Yes.
Would you like to go up?
Up? Huh?
And Porridge is gonna tap you on the shoulder, and actually no, they're not. They are gonna tap you on the shoulder. They say,
We can make spell that will make you float higher.
But I'm good. I'm good. I've never seen this the stars before, you know?
Its constellations are not Porridge's constellations. But they are pretty.
Do I manage to figure out where we are with a 14?
You figure out that you're kind of like a couple miles away from Toontown.
Well, good news. We're not too far from town, guys.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Truckula.
And if there's anything else you guys would like, or shall we end it here and leave the group wandering back?
Maybe
to
we
town?
could end on this supper at Wilfred's house.
Either that
If
or
that's
like,
okay.
like Truckula giving everyone a lift.
Yes.
Oh. And
Yes.
go from a shot of
Yeah,
Truckula
just-
bringing everyone into town to everyone having dinner at Wilfred's place as Rex shoves an insane amount of food into his mouth.
Truckula
Save some for the
enjoying
others.
Truckula enjoying a can of WD-40.
I love me some WD-40.
Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. I hope everyone enjoyed this, because I know I had fun, so I hope you all had fun.